It's tough times for all of us, but especially for public sector workers, because as I've said before, municipal employees and public sector workers are the new welfare queens in American politics. They're the scapegoats that politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, have decided are all of a sudden the source of all of our problems. That we're going to balance state budgets, that we're going to take back pension contributions and obligations. We're going to do everything we need to do to attack public sector workers because they're the real cause of our problems. That's the rhetoric out there today, both from, frankly, President Obama, who I support, but his asking for a federal wage freeze is part of this broader environment, but more especially here in New York with the new governor. We've seen it in New Jersey with Governor Christie, just flat-out attacks on public sector workers. And this is something we have to fight against.
Now, in your opinion, are these attacks warranted?
Absolutely not. They're based on a foundation of myths and lies about salaries, about pensions, about the jobs that public sector workers have. And none of these lies are true. Not one.
Now, to say that, what do you mean by the lies?
So, for instance, one of the lies that's very common is that public sector workers are overpaid and they're living fat off the hog, so to speak. It's just not true. In fact, when you compare workers who work in the public sector with workers who work in the private sector, public sector workers get paid less than their private sector counterparts. On average, from somewhere between 3% to 15% less in wages than their private sector counterparts. So that's just, and there have been several studies that have looked at this and come to the same conclusion. Public sector workers, if anything, are underpaid compared to their private sector counterparts. But it doesn't stop people from saying, oh, the public sector workers they make too much. I don't see people running into the public sector. I see people running to go work on Wall Street to make a lot of money. We don't see people running to the public sector to make a lot of money. We see people who want to serve going to the public sector.
So they could say it 3,000 or 3,000 times, it doesn't make it true.
It doesn't make it true, that's right.